Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Luchauskas. Today's the 20th of August 2018, so welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday afternoon session where we're going to have a look at a few instruments. And just to see how they react and how they are trading right now. But before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimers. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation. It should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest, and we can continue. Also, just a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers website, and specifically our JFD research page, where you can go and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis. And yep, I believe you can find a lot of useful stuff here for yourselves, guys. So feel free to check us out. So yep, and also just a small reminder. For about 2 weeks, there will be no Traders Espresso nor Traders Tea Time because I will be away. And yep, so guys, just to kind of, like I said, remind you, there will be no videos of, like I said, Traders Espresso or Traders Tea Time for the next 2 weeks. So, but for now, anyway, let's jump into the charts. So the first one I want to touch on is the S&P 500. Now, the S&P is at an interesting spot. Now, last week we were watching this nice break of this tentative upside support line. This is, by the way, a daily chart here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So we were seeing this trading activity, this messy trading activity, and where the index managed to drop towards this area of support that I was watching and what I was talking about in one of my previous videos. And this area was between the 2790 and the 2800. So as you can see, it fell just shy of a few points from hitting the 2800, and then quickly reversed back up here. And now, and on Friday, we can see it closed above this this tentative upside support line. So of course, now the big question is this going to lead towards higher levels? Or by higher levels, I mean these previous highs, especially looking at this one, the 2863, marked here by the highs of the 7th of August and around the 8th and the 9th as well. So is that going to lead to a test of that area, or actually this is something that we're going to be seeing even further? Like, for example, if we do get a break here, a nice break above this 2863, will this actually lead towards a touch and a test of this 2875 area, which was near the all-time highs that we saw here in January, around the 26th of January. So something for you guys to keep an eye on, especially, like I said, if we get a nice test of this 2863 and then we move higher, this is where it could become interesting, because if we start breaking all of these levels here, then, well, guess what, it is opening the path towards the new areas, new all-time highs here, and it's going to leave us guessing where is going to be the next potential area of resistance. Will it be the 2900, or actually will it make its way all the way towards the 3000 level? Of course, this is a bit of a tricky one right now to guess, but let's see how it trades. If we start, like I said, if we start seeing breaks here above the 2863 and then eventually above the 2875, now this is, like I said, this is where it will become interesting for the bulls. So if suddenly this reverses back down, to be honest, we're gonna stay a bit neutral here. For us to start looking at the downside, we would need to see a nice good break and a close here, not only below this area but also below this upside trend line here that has been running here since around the 2nd of April. Now this could open the long-term path towards the downside, and we could see further declines. We could see maybe further drops here, and to be honest, it could be possible, but for that we would need to see a nice good break and a close not only below this territory, this highlighted territory, but also below this upside support, upside trend line. So of course it is a bit of a way here to travel, but to be honest, better be safe than sorry, and for now, judging by this activity, it's more looking to the upside rather than the downside. Let's have a look at a few, well, just one commodity actually, the silver. Now this is the one I want to talk about, and this is again a daily chart. And as you can see, today we're having a bit of a down day after seeing the recovery here on Thursday and Friday, which moved on Friday especially. We saw this this commodity, this precious metal, moving above this this 14.635 level I was talking about in one of my previous videos. So we moved nicely from it, above it, and we closed above it. But now, as you can see, it's trying to pull back towards it. Now, as you can see by this arrow as well, this is the scenario that I'm keeping in my head. And if we do get a nice test of this 14.635 area, we could see potential bounce if we don't get a close below this area. So if it stays above this and if it closes above this, then this could be a nice opportunity for the bulls to go in and initially drive this this metal towards this level right here at around 14.945 approximately there, of course. And if that doesn't hold, if that doesn't stop the acceleration in the price, then yep, we could end up moving towards higher, slightly higher levels around here, the 15.200, and yeah, and then moving maybe higher. But again, that's a bit too far for us to kind of shoot, let's say, for now. Just let's see if it actually rebounds from this 14.635 or not, because if it does, like I said, there is some potential to move higher here again, to see a bit of recovery. Overall, yes, I mean, you probably agree that it's still within the downside here, so we need to see kind of a good nice move here above this level. This is where we could start positioning ourselves for higher levels. This a nice good break here above this downside resistance line could open the path towards higher levels. But for now, like I said, all eyes are on this 14.635. Let's see if it actually rebounds from it or not. Let's jump into one crypto that a lot of people probably are missing out on, and that's Ripple. So the Ripple has has been declining. As you can see, it managed to drop towards this 0.2465 level approximately there, and this is where it found its good support. And as you can see, we've managed to move back up here, especially given on Friday here we saw this shoot up here, this this nice price. The big question here is, of course, is this actually opening the path towards the towards this downside trend line here, or actually are we just gonna reverse down again here? So for now, of course, all eyes are on the on this downwards moving resistance line taken from the high of the 10th of February this year. So for now, like I said, if of course the trend is still to the downside, we have to kind of agree on that, and we could see a push higher here where we could test this this downwards moving trend, downwards moving resistance line. But of course, in order to see that possible test here, we need to see a nice good move and above this area right here at around 0.4230, or even better 0.45 mark. So this could be even a better level to watch here. As you can see, this has been a very nice area of support here around the 1st of April this year. So if we do get a nice break and a close above these two levels, this is what we need to watch, this downside resistance line, because if it holds, we could see another maybe move, move lower here, some more selling coming in again. But if it actually breaks this time, if we see a nice break and a good close above this this line here, then yep, this could be opening the path towards higher levels. Maybe this area right here at around 0.7060 could be the nice good initial area of resistance to keep an eye on. So for now, guys, certainly all eyes are on this. At the moment, we could potentially see another push here higher towards the 0.4230 or even 0.45. But then again, like I said, keep your eyes on the on this downside resistance line. Let's see if it actually holds or not. Let's jump into a few pairs now, and the first one I want to look at is the euro. For this one, let's jump into a 4-hour chart quickly. And as you can see, this is what I was talking about this morning actually, and I was telling you guys to keep an eye on this 114-100 level. As you can see, it's now acting as a very nice bouncing ground. We've managed to break it a few times to the downside, but to be honest, the 4-hour candle never closed below that level. So and this is what's happening right now, and this is, like I said, this is what I was talking this morning. So it's basically acting as a very nice bouncing ground, and to be honest, now we will be aiming for this area right here at around 114.45 mark. Now this was the high here seen here last Friday, and if that doesn't hold, if that doesn't stop the acceleration of the rate, then well, it is opening the path towards higher levels. The next good one to watch would be this 115-100. Now this, as you probably are aware, the euro dollar was trading here in this range for quite a while in the past, and when it actually broke out of it on around the 10th of August, and now we could be testing this area again, but for that, of course, we would need to see a nice good break and a close above this 114.45 mark. So something for you guys to keep an eye on. Of course, as you can see right now, we're getting a nice rejection here from this 114-100. Let's see if it actually makes a move higher and breaks this 114.45. Jumping into GBPUSD, I'll stay on the 4-hour chart, and as you can see, we are here. Well, we are moving closer towards this lower bound of the downside channel here, and we've been trading. The pair has been trading in this downwards moving channel for quite a while, since around the beginning of May, and of course, as you can see, we saw it breaking around the 10th of August. We saw this one breaking out of it and moving lower, and now it seems that we're going to get a test of it again. Certainly that's what possibly could happen. Of course, nothing is definite, but nevertheless, keep your eyes on this area here, on this lower bound of this falling channel, because if we get a nice break here and a close above this, well, not only the lower bound of this channel, but also above, we get a nice break and a close above this 127.90 level. Now this is where it could become more interesting for the bulls, as probably we could see more bulls jumping into this one, as they could see this as a positive, and we could potentially see the pair maybe moving up here towards this next potential area of resistance at around 129.15. But if that doesn't hold, we do have another good one here at around 129.75 mark, so marked here by the high of the 7th of August. So something for you guys to keep an eye on, but of course, let's not get ahead of ourselves too much, and initially let's aim for this area right here, this lower bound of the falling channel, and of course this 127.90 level. Let's see if it actually breaks it and closes above this level. And the last pair that I really wanted to touch on, and that's going to be USDCAD. Now USDCAD, let's jump into a daily one quickly, and as you can see, it continues to trade here between these two lines, it's trading below this short-term downside resistance line taken from the around the 27th of June, and it's kind of continues to respect that line. And the same story here with this slightly longer term, well, medium term upside support line as well, this taken from around the 1st or 2nd of February. And it's also trading above that. So in a way, if you want to, of course, see this as a triangle, to be honest, it's not really a triangle, but nevertheless, we could see the pair is kind of stuck here, let's say like that. The pair is stuck here, and we're waiting for a nice move outside of this well, either through the upper through this downside resistance line, or through this a break through this upside support line. So until then, to be honest, we're just going to continue monitoring it, because it's a bit it's a very close call here, and it would be difficult to predict what exactly it wants to do, because if we do get a nice break here below this upside support line, well, this could open the path towards lower levels, and we could see further declines, maybe even actually moving back down here towards the 128.15 mark. This level has last time was seen here around the 31st of May. This could be a good area to watch, good potential support area. But if this, let's say, moves higher here and we start seeing a break of this downside resistance line, then well, all eyes are on this 120 or 131.70 mark. A nice good break and a close above this level could open the path towards this 132.90 level. So 132.90, keep your eyes on that one, but only if we get a nice break and a close here above this downside resistance line. So like I said, it is a very interesting trade building up here, but for that we would need to see first some good confirmation breaks in order to kind of take any position here. So for now, like I said, all eyes are on these levels. Keep your eyes on them, and let's see what this pair actually does. So guys, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I will remind myself again, because there won't be any JFD Traders Tea Time nor JFD Traders Espresso in the next 2 weeks. So yep, guys, I hope you have a good trading. These 2 weeks are going to be very good for you for your trading. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a good time. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.